Papa, I had a bad dream. I blink my eyes and pull up on my elbows. My clock glows red in the darkness. It's 3:23 a.m. Do you want to climb into bed and tell me about it? No, Papa. The oddness of the situation wakes me up more fully. I can barely make out my daughter's pale form in the darkness of my room. A chill runs down my spine, and for a moment, I think I see something move in the corner of my eye. Why not, sweetie? Because in my dream, when I told you about the dream, the thing wearing Mummy's skin sat up. For a moment, I feel paralyzed. I can't take my eyes off my daughter. The covers behind me begin to shift. Heart pounding, I turn my head slowly, every muscle in my body tense. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch a flicker of movement. The shadows seem to dance and twist unnaturally, forming shapes that shouldn't exist. My breath catches in my throat as the chill intensifies, a deep, gnawing fear taking hold. Papa? My daughter's voice is barely a whisper, trembling with fear. I swallow hard and try to muster courage. It's okay, sweetie. It's just a dream. But even as I say it, I know it's a lie. The room feels wrong, the air thick with a sense of dread. The shifting behind me grows more pronounced. I can't bring myself to look directly. My peripheral vision catches a grotesque figure, almost human but disturbingly distorted, rising slowly from the bed. Its skin hangs loosely, as if it were a suit draped over something inhuman. The figure moves with a jerky, unnatural rhythm, and I can hear the faint rustling of skin dragging against the sheets. Papa, I'm scared, my daughter whimpers, her eyes wide with terror. The thing wearing Mummy's skin leans forward, its head cocked at an unnatural angle. I can feel its gaze, cold and predatory, boring into me. My mind blanks, a primal instinct screaming at me to run, to protect my child, but I'm frozen, trapped in a nightmare made flesh. The figure's mouth opens, a gaping maw of darkness, and a guttural whisper escapes. Join us. In that moment, I snap out of my paralysis. I grab my daughter's hand and bolt from the bed, racing out of the room and down the hallway. The house is eerily silent, shadows flickering at the edge of my vision, always just out of sight. We reach the living room, fumbling for the light switch. The lights flicker on, casting away the shadows. I hold my daughter close, her small body trembling against mine. But the fear doesn't fade. It lingers, a heavy weight on my chest. From the corner of my eye, I catch a glimpse of movement again. I turn my head sharply, but there's nothing there. Just an empty room, filled with the oppressive silence of the night. Papa, what was that? My daughter asks, her voice barely audible. I don't have an answer. All I know is that something is terribly wrong, and it's not just a dream. The thing wearing Mummy's skin is out there, lurking in the shadows, waiting. And I can't shake the feeling that it's not alone. Suddenly the lights flicker and go out, plunging us back into darkness. I hear a faint whispering, a chorus of voices blending into a sinister murmur. My daughter clings to me, her grip tightening. We have to get out of here, I whisper urgently. I scoop her up and move towards the front door. As I reach for the handle, a cold, clammy hand wraps around my wrist, stopping me in my tracks. I can't see who or what holds me, but its grip is unyielding. Papa, my daughter cries, her voice filled with panic. I yank my hand free and throw open the door. We stumble out into the night, the cool air a stark contrast to the suffocating atmosphere inside. I run to the car, fumbling for the keys. The engine roars to life, and I speed down the driveway, not daring to look back. As we drive away, I glance in the rearview mirror. For a brief moment, I see the house silhouetted against the night sky. In the upstairs window, a figure stands, watching us leave. It's wearing my wife's face, but its eyes are dark voids, filled with a malevolent hunger. I force myself to look away, focusing on the road ahead. It's going to be okay, I whisper to my daughter, trying to reassure myself as much as her. But deep down, I know the truth. We're not safe. Whatever that thing was, it's not bound by walls or distance. It's a shadow in the corner of my eye, a whisper in the night, and it's coming for us. Hours pass as we drive aimlessly, the oppressive silence only broken by the occasional sob from my daughter. Eventually, we find ourselves at a small roadside motel. Exhausted and desperate, I check us in, praying that we'll find some respite here. Inside the motel room, I tuck my daughter into bed, promising her that we're safe now. But as I sit in the chair by the window, watching the darkness outside, I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched. The room is small and dimly lit, and the shadows seem to move just beyond the edge of my vision. My mind races, replaying the events of the night, searching for some explanation. But all I can think about is the story I heard years ago about a babysitter and an angel statue that wasn't really a statue at all. I remember how the parents had told the babysitter to take the children and leave because they didn't own an angel statue. The police found all 3 dead within minutes of the call, and no angel statue was ever found. I shudder, realizing that the thing wearing mummy skin is just like that supposed angel statue, something that shouldn't exist, something that brings death in its wake. A sudden noise snaps me out of my thoughts. It's a soft, almost imperceptible scraping sound, like fingernails against wood. My heart races as I scan the room, searching for the source. The sound seems to be coming from the closet. I stand slowly, my legs trembling. As I approach the closet, the scraping stops, replaced by a low, guttural whisper. "Join us," it says, sending a wave of terror through me. I fling open the closet door, but it's empty. Just clothes hanging lifelessly, casting eerie shadows on the walls. I slam the door shut, my hands shaking. Returning to the chair, I keep my eyes on the closet, afraid to look away. The whispers continue, growing louder, more insistent. "Join us." I feel a presence behind me, a cold breath on my neck. I turn slowly, dreading what I might see. There, standing in the corner of the room, is the thing wearing mummy's skin. Its hollow eyes stare into mine, and its mouth twists into a grotesque smile. I back away, my mind screaming for me to run, but my legs feel like lead. The thing steps closer, its movements jerky and unnatural. "Join us," it repeats, its voice a sinister echo. Summoning all my strength, I grab my daughter from the bed and race out of the room. We run down the hallway, the whispers following us, growing louder and more frantic. I burst through the motel's front door and into the night, not stopping until we reach the car. We drive again, the road stretching endlessly before us. My daughter sleeps fitfully beside me, her face etched with fear even in her dreams. I don't know where we're going or how we'll escape this nightmare, but I know we can't stop. In the rearview mirror, I see shadows dancing at the edge of the headlights, always just out of sight. I feel the chill down my spine, the whispering in my ear. And I know deep down that we're being hunted by something that won't stop until it has us. We're not safe, not in this world, not in our dreams. The thing wearing mummy's skin is out there, lurking in the shadows, waiting, and it's not alone. As dawn breaks, I find myself driving through a dense forest, the road narrow and winding. Exhaustion weighs heavily on me, but I can't afford to rest. The feeling of being watched persists, an unshakable paranoia that gnaws at my sanity. Suddenly the car sputters and jerks. The engine light flashes on the dashboard, and I feel my heart sink. The car slows to a stop, and I realize with horror that we're stranded in the middle of nowhere. I turn to my daughter, trying to mask my fear with a reassuring smile. "We'll be okay, sweetie. I just need to check the car." I step out into the early morning mist, the forest eerily silent around us. Popping the hood, I fumble with the engine, though I have no idea what I'm looking for. My hands shake and the whispering returns, louder this time, echoing through the trees. "Papa," my daughter calls from inside the car, her voice trembling. I look up and see a figure emerging from the mist, its form grotesquely twisted, moving with an unnatural grace. It's the thing wearing mummy's skin, its hollow eyes fixed on me. Panic surges through me. I slam the hood shut and race back to the car, locking the doors behind me. The figure draws closer, its whispers filling the air, seeping into my mind. "Join us," it hisses, its voice a cacophony of terror. I fumble for my phone, desperate to call for help, but there's no signal. The thing reaches the car, pressing its face against the window. Its skin peels away, revealing a writhing mass of darkness beneath. "Papa, please make it go away," my daughter sobs, hiding her face in her hands. I hold her close, my mind racing for a solution. In a moment of clarity, I remember the story of the babysitter and the angel statue. The parents had called the police, but it hadn't saved them. Running hadn't saved them either. "We have to face it," I whisper to my daughter, though the words terrify me. "We can't keep running." With trembling hands, I unlock the car doors and step out. The thing stands there, watching, its smile widening. "Join us," it repeats, its voice a sinister echo. I take a deep breath and stand my ground. "You can't have us," I say, my voice shaking but determined. "We won't join you." The thing tilts its head, as if considering my words. The shadows around it writhe and twist, and for a moment I think I see other faces within the darkness, all wearing expressions of torment and despair. Suddenly, the thing lunges at me, its hands outstretched. I brace myself, but just as it's about to reach me, a blinding light engulfs us. The thing recoils, hissing in pain, and the whispers fade to silence. I open my eyes to see the morning sun breaking through the trees, its rays piercing the darkness. The thing wearing mummy's skin dissolves into nothingness, its form dissipating like smoke in the wind. I collapse to the ground, my legs giving out beneath me. My daughter runs to my side, her eyes wide with relief and fear. "We did it, Papa," she whispers, hugging me tightly. I hold her close, tears streaming down my face. "We did it," I repeat, though I know the fight isn't truly over. The thing may be gone, but the memory of its presence lingers, a dark shadow in the corner of my mind. We get back in the car, and I turn the key, hoping against hope that it will start. The engine roars to life, and I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding. As we drive away, I glance in the rearview mirror one last time. The forest is peaceful, bathed in the golden light of dawn. But deep down, I know that the shadows are still there, waiting. And so we drive, my daughter and I, into the uncertain future. We'll keep moving, we'll keep fighting, because we have no other choice. The thing wearing mummy's skin may have been defeated, but the darkness it came from is still out there, and it's waiting for another chance to strike.